All right, what's going on? Good afternoon, everybody. The time is now 2:25 on a Wednesday. All right. I normally don't do videos on the fly like this unless something big goes on and involves my school. Well, involves my students. I called them out today. I asked them to give me your best when it comes to doing, our STAR assessment, to see where you at, to see what's going on. And a lot of them, not all of them this time, but a lot of them came to play. I think what happened is that a lot of them realized that, and I gotta give credit, it's mostly the fifth grade. Fifth grade, I'm proud of you. But we need to get everybody on board now. Again, we need to get everybody on board this train, this juggernaut, this moving forward of tremendous, growth. Okay, students who never jumped the way they jumped before jump today. I don't know what did it. I don't know what got you motivated. I don't know what did it. But we're gonna do it again. This was great. We did great work. A lot of students who never jumped before jumped, and I was like, yes. And what I mean by jumped, I'm talking about going. The way we do our STAR assessments is you get it. Man, this traffic is horrible. The STAR assessment. It basically it's like an FSA, more or less. It's like one. And what happens is that you, once you take this test, it lets you know what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, where's your growth, where's your areas of improvement. I mean, it's great. It's like doing a workout, a power workout, but realizing, I need to do this more, I need to do that more, I need to do. So long story short, what I'm trying to say here is that it is very in-depth, and it does the job, and it lets teachers know, okay, this is what they did, this is what it is great work. Now, this was my first STAR test I took with the fifth grade. They haven't taken one in 2 months. They didn't do one in November, and December's almost over, and I'm like, oh, snap. So I asked them, I was like, come on now, let's do it, let's do this. Come on, show me your best, don't quit, don't give up. And, I said, this. If you got to take a guess, you got to take a guess. You never leave any answer blank. Never, ever leave anything blank. And they came to show up, they showed up. I got kids that jumped 20 points. I got kids that jumped 30 points. I got kids who jumped 1 point. And you know what? Even a 1 point gain is growth. And I don't think they know that. Oh, shoot, we got an ambulance coming. This is not good. I even tell the kids, I'm like, 1 point is growth. Okay? Growth is growth. And that's all that matters. And they grew. And I'm proud of them. That's the first step. And I want to ride this momentum. I want to ride into the new year. I'm going to ask kids to retake it tomorrow. I'm going to give them the choice because they know what they're capable of. What is this guy doing? They know how good they are. They know what they can do. They know what their best is. And that's what I'm going to need from them. Their absolute best. Okay? I need them to give me their best. That's what it comes down to. I'm proud of them. And I got kids, talk about behavior this, behavior that, behavior, behavior. I'm going to put it out there. They want to do good, they're going to do good. They don't want to do good, they don't want to do good. And that's their choice. And, and I get a lot of like, oh, you say some things, I know, like I said, I give my students a dose of reality. I taught middle school and high school for most of my career, and I'm getting back into the elementary swing of things. But I don't think the students want somebody who's just going to sugarcoat and tell them, here's a trophy, thank you for playing. No, I'm going to be honest with you. And, here I am, former salesman, and I'll tell you how important math really is and what it can do for you and what you can gain from it and what it's all real. It really is real, boys and girls. Talk to your family, talk to people that who work in business and work in sales, and ask them what happens if they miscount a register wrong. Ask them if, what happens if they don't hit their goals and they don't hit their profits. That's sales. What about, medicinal field? What happens if you measure the wrong kind of medicine for a student, a patient? What happens if you're in construction and you mismeasure, you screwed up the metric system and you replaced it with the standard system? Well, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen is you're going to get fired, and, your boss isn't going to, like you, and he's going to let you go, and, and then it's a disaster for everybody involved, and it's going to be just a disaster in general. And I mean, and that's what I'm trying to get at here. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that that's what's going to happen here. Okay, you need to be your best, and you got to give your best all the time, every time. There's no questions about that, none. And you guys are tremendous students, and you can do it if you want it. And what's the end game? Mr. Driggy gets high scores, and he gets a nice little thing he puts on the wall. No. You know what I get out of it? I get out of the fact knowing that my kids can learn. I get out of the fact that I'm doing my job. I get out of the fact that I see a kid get a B or an A, or they busted their butt to really earn a C, and they hold that report card and they hold it like it's the Congressional Medal of Honor, and they're so proud of what they did. And you know what? That's what I do it for. That's what I do it for. I do it to see the kids, feel like, yes, I can do this. Yes, I'm gonna have people proud of me. Yes, I have pride in myself and pride in my behavior, and pride in my school, and pride in myself, and pride in my family. I don't do it for the rewards. I don't do it for the paycheck. I do it to make sure that the kids are proud of themselves, that they can look themselves in a mirror and say, you know what? I did the best I could, and this is what I earned. Because they know right from wrong, and they know when they did a good job versus when they didn't do a good job. The kids are smart enough. There's a difference between book smart and street smart, or whatever the term nowadays is. Not everyone can be book smart, but a lot of kids are real life smart. Old soul, that's the term I'm going to use. They know, when they've given their best, okay? And that's all I'm asking for, okay? Because I'll tell you, I know what it's like to finally bench press your body weight, and this is when I weighed about 200 pounds. When I finally put up 200 pounds, I felt like I was a star. But you know what? I didn't want to do 100. I didn't want to do my body weight once. I wanted to do it more than once. I wanted to do repetitions of it, and that's what I did. And that's what they need to do. Okay, so you got into the 90 percentile. Great. You got out of the, if you were a low score and you had a couple, teens, and now you're in the 30 percentile because you jumped 20 ranks. That's great. Now you keep going forward. You keep taking the results, and you keep going forward. And that's what it is. And that's what gets me excited, because it's like I see these kids, I see their faces light up, and I know Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and all these other holidays are around the corner, but you know what, nothing will, and they get excited when they get these gifts that they want, but you know what really makes their day is seeing them get successful, knowing that they're making their teachers proud, their parents and guardians proud, their themselves proud. Okay, because a lot of you don't understand. Your parents they love you, and they're working hard to make sure that you don't go through what they went through. And then teachers like me, I say it. Teachers are what students grow beyond. That's what it comes down to. And I'm proud of every one of you. And we got one day left. Let's go into this new year with a positive end, and let's start the new year with positivity and keep going forward. Because when we get back, early January, FSA is only 3.5 months away. You know what 3.5 months ago was? Beginning of September. Or August, I think. Wait, November, October, September, and yeah. 3.5 months ago was the first day of school. Think about that. From that time to this time is how much we got until FSA. We can do it. All of us. Every one of you. 5th, 6th grade, 4th grade. We'll do it. All right, guys. You have a tremendous afternoon. All right. Hopefully, I'll have one too.